What's up, guys? Raymond here with another video, another financial statement analysis video, and we're going to be analyzing our ninth stock. This is episode 9 in our German materials company stocks. And without further ado, let's get into the key ratios straight away. If you're new to my financial statement analysis videos, what we do is we analyze the top 3 financial statements relevant to a company, those being the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement, and we pick out the top or the most important factors relevant to each statement, and from those pieces of information we try to identify or at least come up with some form of financial strength conclusion for the company, as well as its long-term prospects. So let's get into the key ratios, starting with the market cap. So the overall price of the company, which is a result of the amount of shares outstanding, or the amount of the divisible parts of the company that are available for sale on the market, multiplied by the stock price, or at least the share price, the price of each unit. That is the market cap, which is 36.53 billion euros, which is really good, really strong size. The PE ratio, which is the price of the individual shares divided by the earnings per share. The earnings per share is the amount of profit the company made in the last financial year divided by the amount of shares outstanding, and that from that calculation you can get the PE ratio. It kind of shows the overall expensiveness of the company for a particular year. And the P ratio for this company for the last financial year was 23.91, which is quite high for what I would say is a cheap stock. But it depends on the investor, and it depends on what the investor's preferences are. So the revenue figure, so the total sales for the last financial year was 17.11 billion euros, and the earnings per share, as we said previously when looking at the P ratio, is 8.23 euros. Let's just check the dividend yield. The dividend yield, we look for a dividend yield of 5% or higher. The dividend yield is just the amount of dividends that the company pays compared to the net income, so the overall profit that the company made for a particular financial year, and the company paid out 1.98% of its net income. Sorry, no, that's wrong. The dividend yield is the dividend payment to shareholders divided by the share price. So that is, you'll be getting 1.98% of the share price. If you want to invest in the company, let's say £100, you'll be getting a 1.98% return on investment through cash dividends, and that is what the dividend yield is. So the beta level, which is the overall risk volatility level of the stock up to this current date, is 0.76, which is 24% below the market average, which is really good. You're definitely getting a risk premium there of 24%. Let's get into the first financial statement. I don't actually believe this company has any financial statements listed on. Let's just quickly check. If it doesn't, that might be good for this video, because then we might be able to get it done a bit faster with a bit, and then we can focus on the next video, and then we can conclude. If we can get through the German material stocks quite fast, then we can move on to the I believe the next sector that we're going to be analyzing is industrial. So let's just check the financials to see. All right, so it doesn't have particular financial statements uploaded, so we're going to just look at the ratios here. So the debt to equity ratio, long-term debt to equity ratio, is 39.93, which is actually pretty good. Total debt to equity is 59.14. So overall debt to asset ratio is quite good. And the current ratio is the current assets divided by, as a ratio to the current liabilities, is 0.73. So the company has 73% assets compared to 26% liabilities. Free cash flow, which is the amount of cash available that the company could pay out to shareholders, is 1.03 billion euros, which is really good. It's always good for a company to have a lot of cash. And yeah, I believe that's it. So those are all the key ratios relevant to the company Linde. Correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I probably am. But if you guys enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.